Welcome to the Intercut podcast channel, the weekly place going over the latest movies, TV, and entertainment that people can't cut away from. I am your co-host, Zachary Shevich, and joining me, he never doubted Chance the Rapper, it's Arturo Zurita.
It's time for another big day, Zach, but not like that big day.
Nah, we're on a star line right now.
We're on a star line. Back to the go.
Exactly. Also with us, her ears still ringing from the latest Pup concert. It's Amanda the Jedi. You hearing us clearly? You feeling clear after all your shows recently?
Yeah, there are some good shows, but I wear earplugs. I'm a smart person.
Yeah, I mean, we all have to mature into earplug age at some point.
No.
I'm glad
I was there from a young age.
Yeah, from the beginning?
Yeah, I was like, I like music and I want to keep hearing it.
I actually realized that I feel like I enjoy the shows more with earplugs. In a way, it makes it clearer. Like
yes, I hear
takes out some of the noise.
The vocals, and especially the closer you are to the stage, the better the vocals sound with earplugs.
Yeah.
Because I swear they optimize it for you to be like 20 feet back. So if you're like close, it's not good. So it's nice.
Yeah, we gotta protect our ears. Gotta keep these in tune so we can keep listening and watching the movies. We'll get into the movies soon, but let's start with a little bit of housekeeping because we had some interesting comments on our State of Marvel vs. DC video. The Coppered Kid said that DC wanted the casuals like Marvel. Movie makers are thinking like movie goers, not actual fans, not source material, not what makes these characters the characters we grew up with. You feel like that's fair? That DC is going after the casuals?
No, I think it's the opposite. I think they finally were like, okay, this is not Superman. Let's do Superman. And then they did Superman.
Yeah, the sentiment that they have isn't wrong, but it's being applied to the wrong thing here because this is very much comic booky for sure.
Yes,
but that's what you get with 100 years of comic books. What is your version, right?
Yeah, but Superman's like that's always been Superman though for the most part. Even when there's crossover comics, like they'll let the Batman side be dark and they let the Superman side
always be boring. I agree.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right.
All-Star Superman. Got to get there.
The Ponderer also said, to my mind, DC and Marvel are no longer competitors, but complements. The future of both looks bright in a world where very little about the future does. Art, do you feel like they're complementary studios at this point?
They should be.
But they're not.
They're not.
They flip-flop.
They're kind of like, flip-flopping and stuff. I don't think they're fully there yet. I'm trying to compare, like, what would be complementary studios. I'm trying to think of, like, who has back-to-back horrors or back-to-back animations that play off of each other.
Well, I almost felt like DC and Marvel used to complement each other in a way where it felt like, you get your lightness from your Marvel and your darkness from DC.
But then the quality started going down.
Right.
On both sides of the aisle.
And now with James Gunn flipping...
Yeah, James Gunn's flipping.
They feel closer than ever.
That too.
But
I also would say I don't need them to complement each other. Nothing was better than Barbenheimer and Barbenheimer going after each other.
Yeah.
You need a little bit of that
I agree.
competition.
Yeah.
So.
Todd Smith 23 also said no, DC hasn't caught up with Marvel. Marvel has fallen back to DC.
I agree with that. That's a good statement because Marvel has fallen off. I do think that DC's in a better place than it's been.
Bro. Yeah, I was about to say, they're not DC.
I don't know. If I'm thinking right now, I would rather watch The Batman, Peacemaker, Superman than than Fantastic Four.
That's because
Captain America 4.
That's because that Hercules story Easter egg hasn't come back. Harry Styles hasn't been answered, but when they get answered,
You're so right. No, that's the thing. Marvel got so caught up in its own universe world building that it got to the end. It got to the finish line and then was all like, we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. And everyone's like, what the fuck do you mean? We just finished the marathon. What do you mean? And it's like...
we just wrapped 162 games. I don't want to do the whole season again.
It's like somebody does a world tour. It's like Taylor Swift does a world tour and then you come up with Baylor Whiff just trying to play the same songs and they're hoping to keep the hype up for Baylor Whiffed, but no one cares.
I was the one who had said Team Marvel.
Yeah.
I do feel we were talking about movies being worked on a little too fast. People love Endgame minus its flaws, and I wonder if there could be a colossal failure with Doomsday. The irony that a big failure like that being called Doomsday, and they rush it because, like you're saying, too cocky. They're in this victory lap mode. They can fail in these tiny ones, and people can still argue, well, it's just one. They cannot fail an Endgame Infinity War type movie.
They cannot.
And I don't even know what would happen if they do. It would become the biggest meme of all time.
Yeah,
like,
but it's also just that, like, we're not going to feel the satisfaction of the build-up like we did in the first round. We don't have that payoff of, like, 10 years of, like, good work.
It would be insane to lead up to a colossal disaster. Like, something Marvel has never experienced, where even their own fans make fun of it.
Like, I hope it's good. I do hope it's good, but it'll never hit the same. And I think that they just didn't reckon with how much it would never hit the same. I think they should have taken the break, reset things a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, like, the combined success of Infinity War and Endgame is such a unique moment in the history of cinema. It's almost like extreme hubris to think you could replicate that in any way, or try to get to that level. But you know, I think at this point all we want is a good movie. If they can at least pull that off, then it'll be enough.
I think Thunderbolts was a step in the right direction. Most people think that Fantastic Four was good, so I think they're at least on somewhat of a.
And Captain America was somewhere over there.
Yeah, because then before that you think Deadpool, Wolverine, which I thought. I only liked the X-Men parts, really, for the it was fine. And then Guardians, which Guardians was an ending, and Deadpool and Wolverine was an ending, so you can't even really feel... Like, I know that they are going to show up in Doomsday, but it still doesn't feel like it was building towards that in the same way that we started. It didn't feel like it was building towards anything, so I think that's the biggest problem.
Endgame had Infinity War, and Infinity War had Civil War. Because Infinity War begins with this, like, where did we leave everybody off? And he's got a beard and all this stuff.
Yeah. Doesn't Doomsday have two parts, though? So, like, aren't they maybe going to do the same?
I'm so confused because, I mean, we're still reeling from the Kang stuff. A lot of setup was for a character we're not even getting anymore.
Which is honestly fine. Fine.
Well, it's fine.
Doom's better.
Yeah,
Doom's better.
Whatever. But then you also have, like, they changed the names of them and they don't really know. They're still working on the script. It's right around the horizon. I'm a little confused by it. But you heard the thing that, what was his name, Bo Mayo?
The former X-Men 97 showrunner who was fired and is now sort of feuding with Marvel.
Yeah,
I saw there was something going on, but I didn't get into the weeds of what he was talking about.
Right off the bat, obviously I'm not defending the man. I don't know the dude, but for the most part, Zach, stop. For the most part, the guy was trying to recap the idea that they threw a lot of stuff my way, and I'm not defending him. Like, people think that quoting somebody who says the grass is green is a bad thing. No, the guy may have his own issues, but it felt like he was saying truth about Marvel, that they don't read their scripts. Every person in charge has the American Fiction joke. It's their editors, their copy people that are actually watching the stuff for them or reading the stuff for them. And it was fuel to the fire for a lot of people who want to hate Marvel. And then it was the opposite for people who were like, no, we can't believe anything you say. And again, I don't want to get into any of his allegations, but it was a big back and forth about trying to diminish the story perspective. Because James Gunn, like you were saying, that's like a guy who feels like he's waking up to comics. And it's making the other side look very corporate. So that's been really funny to see the flip there.
I also think it's been really telling for him to be like, I don't like these end credit scenes anymore because it really makes people stuck to things that might not be able to happen because of how long things can take to come out. And it traps the story. So I think they were a thing that Marvel implemented really well early on. But you got to remember, it just kind of started as like, okay, we're going to kind of tease the Avengers here. If it happens, it happens. And then we're just going to focus on this. And then after that, it would just be like little hints at things that might come down the line. And then eventually, when they kicked it off again, it was suddenly just to introduce characters that like no one knows, no one really cares about, that now have not been anywhere and probably won't.
Thanos, what's his name? Because of Weapons was talking about how a lot of it was like made up on the spot. He was just supposed to be a cameo and it became something bigger. So it makes me wonder, like, okay, there's no script done, but Civil War had 2 scripts. Are they going to get Spidey or not? Sometimes you do think the best like that if you got a good group of people, and then you realize his thinking machine is on the other side now. Yeah. That's the biggest worry.
Because James Gunn was supposed to run the cosmic side of things, which was important to either Doomsday or Kang. It was going to be important there no matter what.
Isn't he making fun of it now? He's like, they told us to like put stuff together, and like I'm telling you right now, what you guys adored was nothing to me. So the moment they did that Loki, they're just what was it, paperweights? I don't mean anything. It also makes me look back at it like internal
weird,
dissing there. What are your
guys.
paperweights?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's exciting though, so I think the battle's still on.
Yeah, it's definitely a really interesting phase for both of these cinematic universes. So we will be tuned in to see what's next. We also got some comments on our TIFF preview. RJM Production commented, Smashing Machine and Marty Supreme will pretty much show who was the real talented one for the Safdies. So far, my money is on Smashing Machine. Art, you feel like we're going to find out who's the Joel and who's the Ethan Coen?
Smashing Machine is who?
Benny is Smashing Machine. Josh is Marty Supreme.
I hate to say it. It's going to be the other one.
You think it's going to be Marty Supreme? You think you're going with Josh?
Dude, I'm going with Josh, bro. I'm going with Josh. Yeah.
Maybe they're both bangers.
I hope so, too. Why not?
I hope
Why
so,
not?
too.
Why not? Really quick. 3, 2, 1. Tragedy of Macbeth or Driveway Dolls.
Tragedy of Macbeth, but look, man, I enjoyed Honey Don't. I like both of the Coens.
Yeah, I'm excited to see.
But is there a better Coen?
It's probably Joel. It's probably Joel. I'm right now. I'm Team Smashing Machine. I'm going with Benny.
It looks really good.
But I think both of them look good. I think both the movies look really, really good.
No, Marty
I do
looks
have
surreal,
premiere
bro.
tickets to that one.
Marty looks dumb. Is Marty at TIFF?
No,
Just Smashing Machine.
we got Smashing Machine.
No, I think Marty is skipping all the festivals.
I thought Marty
interestingly
was
enough.
doing New York.
No, not New York.
Okay, then that should even tell you more, bro. What the heck? Like, what? Marty all the way. Hey, I thought I had my chips in Marty all the way.
Dude,
then.
it might mean it's not ready. Might
Yeah,
not
I
be
think it's
anywhere
not
near
ready.
being,
It might
not
end
be
up
ready.
at like AFI or something like that. But
Oh, it's
Yeah.
that good
I think
triple.
Yeah, Marty's coming a little bit later in the year, but apparently not
Yeah.
ready in time for the film festivals.
Fascinating.
Critical Fangirl commented, I have a feeling that if y'all talk more documentaries, Amanda would have put Whatever It Takes on her list,
yeah.
given her love of Degrassi. Yeah, we didn't shout
Degrassi.
out that documentary,
Drake's
but another
movie.
I don't think I
intriguing...
have time to see it. I think it hits when like too many other things are happening. I'm gonna
That's
try
the
to hit them
thing.
up for a link.
TIFF is hard to fit documentaries in just because there are so many narrative movies,
Yeah.
but do have great documentaries. Hopefully that will be one of them.
Yeah, hoping.
We also got a comment from Albert Einstein,
No way.
who said, Arturo's looking a little bit different today.
Yeah.
Shout out to Chase Azarian, who joined us on our TIFF preview.
That's-
That's
too
facial hair.
Yeah.
I don't trust anything Albert says. He could have stopped Oppenheimer, and he didn't. He was right there.
I know you got a chance to catch up with our TIFF preview. Any of the movies there sounded particularly intriguing to you? I know, even though you're not going to make it up to Toronto.
Yeah, I'm excited. I try to put a list of the stuff that's going to be coming out around like September or October, because that's when we get Chicago. Exit 8 sounds pretty fire.
You got to try the game, man.
The what?
This is what happens when you don't read the group chats.
The game is $4 on PlayStation, and Chase apparently put hours into it. So
Yeah, the whole thing
it's a
is you're
good game.
basically like walking through levels and trying to see like abnormalities.
Yeah.
And if you see them, you got to like redo a thing, and then you're going up until 8, and it's like really hard to clear 8.
Oh, I'll have to
really
check
cool.
that out then.
It's cool.
Okay.
It's trippy. So the movie got really good reviews at a con, so I think it's going to be a good
Damn,
one.
man. Okay. Roofman, because it's my boy, but that's coming up like very close. So I'm really excited for that. Rental Family, I think, looks pretty good, but I know that one got a trailer out there. There's the one, The Brutalist. He's writing it, but it's his wife,
Brady
Mona.
Corbet.
Yeah.
The Testament of Anne Lee?
Yeah.
Is that what
That
it
looks
is?
pretty good.
Yes,
Yeah.
we snagged tickets to that mid podcast. They were like, maybe get tickets, and I'm like, I'm already on it.
Plenty of good movies coming out in the not so distant future. Make sure to catch up with our TIFF preview to see the movies we highlighted there. We also asked the Intercuties on Instagram to vote for their favorite Adam Sandler film, and despite putting Click in the final 4, they picked the final of Punch Drunk Love and Uncut Gems. They put Click in the final 4.
What did I tell you? I told you Click resonates with people, bro.
Some people hate it, though, too. It is really like a 50-50. Like, some people despise Click.
Yeah, I mean, not a movie that ever worked for me. Not going to go into my final 4 Adam Sandler
You
movies.
didn't see that meme? The guy had Click. He
Yeah,
had
all the
100 copies
DVDs of Click.
Yeah.
All right, what were the top 3?
They voted for a final of Punch Drunk Love and Uncut Gems. Which one do you think the Intercuties went with? Yeah, I think that's what we went with too.
Yeah.
Or did we have
so.
50 First Dates?
No, I think we did
In our
50.
final?
We might have done 50. We might have done 50.
No, I think we went Uncut. But 50
I don't
First
remember
Oh,
anymore.
gotcha. That we did Uncut and 50 First Dates. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we didn't. I gave it to him. I let it be second.
Right. I was the last holdout for 50.
The Intercuties ended up going with Uncut Gems, though. So a little bit different than
Which is fine. Again.
It's a great pick.
It's a great pick.
But that's because we covered TIFF 2019. We would have covered TIFF 04. What, 02?
Different story.
I think it would have been completely different.
But yeah, thanks to everybody who voted in that poll. Make sure to follow us across our socials in order to participate in those polls. In a little bit, we will get into the best movies and TV that August had to offer. But first, make sure you're subscribed to the Intercut Podcast, either the video podcast on youtube.com/intercutpod or the audio podcast available on most podcatchers. Also, follow Intercut across social media. We are at Intercut Pod. That's at Intercut POD, and that is short for podcast. You can also support the show for as little as $3 a month here on YouTube by clicking the join button on our page to become a member, or going to patreon.com/intercutpod and signing up to join the Intercuties. You get early access to episodes like this one, access to an exclusive chat channel on our Discord. We've got several Intercuties watching this recording live, including Josh, Devesh, and Trevor, rather. So thanks to all of them. You could get that access too for as little as $3 a month, or an invitation to our monthly Intercutie video calls where we hang out and talk about the latest movies, TV, and more. Thanks to all our current patrons whose names you can see on the screen right now if you're watching us. Our Academy level members are Cademan, Connor, Tushar, May, Ricky, Rob, Mark from Tampa, Max, and David. Our producer level members are Josh, Bleepy, and Nick. And also, big shout out to our newest YouTube members, Rhea, Dale Jones, and Dirty Mother Talzin, DMT. And be sure to leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, because if we get to 250 5-star reviews, we can go to Truth and Consequences, New Mexico together and talk about Eddington. We talked at length about weapons and about Eddington, but let's hit some more things that came out in our monthly wrap-up rapid fire. And let's start out with the best movie of the year. Just the one that's getting the people going. Amanda, you had a whole video on the channel about the latest iteration of War of the Worlds, starring none other than Ice Cube.
Ice Cube.
I couldn't do it. I heard how bad this movie was, or at least the reputation of it, and I can't make myself sit down for it. So what am I missing?
It's funny. I feel like a lot of people are clowning on the format, but I'm sorry, those screen capture movies have been done really well, and some of them are really creative and really fun to watch, like Searching. I like Unfriended. There's some really good ones.
Zach, this ain't one of those. This ain't one of those.
But it's not the format. It is the fact that you clearly have Ice Cube in a green box with a fake DHS office behind him, and he is trying to deliver these lines with such a sincerity that it just doesn't. It's never going to work. It's really fucking funny. It's so bad, though. It's so bad. Some of the lines in this are like the most absurd things. I literally, when I saw the poster, thought it was somebody making an extra joke out of the studio. It's like, oh, so funny. So funny. Ice Cube is in the War of the Worlds.
Doing a fake movie.
Doing a fake movie now. But no. But it still feels like that because it's just so absurd. They literally find a way to get move, bitch, get out the way. They find a way to get that line popped off in this movie.
It's ludicrous, Zach. No.
It's also one of these things that, like, he's supposed to be this really high-ranking DHS agent, like spy behind the scenes, like access to everything, but like he is caught off guard by so many things that are like literally one of the conflicts in the movie is him being like, that's fake news, that's not real, and I'm like, buddy, literally 20 minutes ago said that this thing was real and that's why the information couldn't leak. Why are we now surprised that this like extra layer of government intelligence exists? He confirmed it 20 minutes ago. What do you mean? It's like that kind of dumb. It's like logistically so fucking stupid.
That's how dumb it is, Zach. You remember when the fires were happening in California? And the news anchor? He caught the Amazon driver trying to go drop off a package. Imagine that during the War of the Worlds. They literally,
it's an Amazon ad.
Think
it's an Amazon ad.
That we're not going to question why is he still dropping off packages?
Amazon literally saves the day. But Amazon saved the day in this.
Not even a movie. This is a tutorial for their employees. Look,
And an introduction to the drone program.
Take the Tylenol and go. Yeah, unbelievable.
You're not allowed to take bathroom breaks even if there's an invasion.
Yeah, it's
this
literally
is ridiculous,
like a Amazon delivery saves the day, and he's using a drone, and he says it's the delivery something of the future.
No
and it's
need.
like the whole thing is an elaborate Amazon ad. Literally, the last shot that's supposed to be like a blooper is just showing the guy in the Amazon truck again to just be like, hey.
This is one of those Redbox movies, Zach. Those Redbox movies that are trying to get you to rent Transformers.
Yeah.
Transformers is coming out. This is an Asylum movie with Ice Cube. There's no reason this should have been made.
This literally feels like it should have been called like Feud of the something, you know?
They paid the actors and gift cards from Amazon.
That's
Stay away.
That's literally a plot point. Somebody in the movie does something and is paid with an Amazon gift card. They're like,
ridiculous.
offer him up an Amazon gift card and he'll do it for sure. It's like,
So
what?
there's a rumor that Jeff Bezos is actively trying to get his new wife a role in the next James Bond movie. Are you saying that would be less egregious Amazon product placement than everything that happens in War of the Worlds?
Yes. Probably.
She
because
kind of looked like one of the ones that attacked too, Zach. So maybe she was
Okay, Zach, the Amazon guy saved someone's life after she stabbed herself through the leg and very stupidly ripped it out, even though she's a biologist. He tapes her up with a tape gun. They want us to believe that the tape gun would be able to stop the blood.
Zach, Ice Cube leaves so that he can go get his daughter who's hurt, has to take the stairs. He goes, I'm going to go into another office. I'm going to keep doing it.
Because he can't get out. Because like they overrode, like, it's just
Like, that's what they wrote in the script for him to not get out there.
Yeah, and like at one point, like there's like meteors coming around and it gets really close to the building he's in, and you know that they don't actually do it. They just have him like holding like a coffee cup and he's just like this in his chair.
This is bad, bro. I've seen
like,
TikTok green screens better than what they had this man doing.
TikTok green screen. It's bad.
All right. Well, hopefully we're not getting a glimpse at our future Amazon-produced production slate with this.
Beautiful IP maintenance going on right there. That's
amazing. Yeah. I'm hoping, Art, you had a better time with The Bad Guys, too.
Always. Yeah. Bad Guys is that series that is hitting it off. If you have a family, if you have any kids, even if you don't, I still think it's worth it. And that's a good animated film right there. The first Bad Guys I thought was done very well. It became like a really big hit for Universal. They have it all on Peacock, bunch of spinoffs and stuff. But you need that main cast. And here they've expanded it even more because I don't know if you could pull them up on everyone who's involved here, but
Danielle Brooks, Maria Bakalova, and one more person pretty notable joins the cast this time.
Natasha Lyonne. You're
right.
Yeah. And again, these are the extras. You still had Sam Rockwell, who's playing the wolf, Mark Maron, who's playing the snake. All of these animals in this human world that are just seen as bad guys. It's a little Zootopia-ish, and where it's kind of showing you like, well, if that's what you're supposed to be, the characters in the first movie then go, fine, we'll just be that because you'll never think that we're good. And it's really funny, Amanda. The whole bit is that he gets called a good boy, and his tail goes crazy, and he goes, wait, is this like better than being bad? And it starts this whole idea. But what I really love about the series is that the books were made by a father who wanted to do Pulp Fiction, all of these heist movies, but for kids.
Oh, that's
and
cute.
then all the sequels are different genres turned into a kid's film with the bad guys.
Nice.
So he's got a Western. This was playing with the space side of it and different people, but he'll have like a political one. So I'm very excited to see where they're going to take this. Because they continue to knock it out of the park. It is such an ingenious way to make older movies for kids. And then if you're older, you're like, bro, they're homaging this movie and this movie. And they do such a really great job with it. But the animation.
It looks good. It always looks so good.
It's perfect. It's as cartoony as it's supposed to be. There's I'm linking.
They'll just hit these poses, or they'll like be in a fight scene and stop mid pose, and it just looks so cool.
And they're animals, so it's great. But Alex Bornstein, who many may know from Mrs.
Family
Maisel and Family Guy,
that too.
She better Family Guy because it's the voice here. She voices the commissioner. And the way that they make her so blocky, bro, every animation that they do on her is so funny. It's so goofy, but it's just so entertaining. Like, you as an adult are there just seeing everything they throw at you. I can't even imagine a kid being locked in with this. Bad Guys 2, just as good. It's asking you, if it's easier to just do something bad, then why work so hard for people to think you're good when they didn't think you were to begin with? And I'm like, what is this movie?
I love that.
There's a scene in the Naked Gun will cover too where they go, "This is the greatest feeling you could ever have. Will you do it?" And this did it for a kids movie.
Nice.
Where it really, really answered or asked the question of like, is it better to be feared than loved in a child's movie? I had just rewatched The Bronx Tale with my brother, asking the same question, and here they did it perfectly, just as good as the first. I can't believe it. I can't wait.
And it's great to get a funny animated socio-political thriller about the social neglect that's experienced by ex-cons and the conditions that facilitate recidivism. So a lot of stuff going on in the movie.
It's beautiful. Hey, we didn't even talk about Mark Maron and Natasha Lyonne are a couple.
Oh, yeah.
But they're screwing each other over. But because he's a bad guy, he can't believe it. He loves her.
He loves her for it. And just that, like I said this last time too, but that combination of voices, Mark Maron and Natasha Lyonne going back and forth, is magic.
It's good.
I love it.
Also, I went back, I did a little deep dive. I know Mark Maron ended his podcast. I saw what he used to look like. Yo, my man had a glow up.
Yeah.
He was rough back in the day.
He's adapting well to his Silver Fox era. We can say that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Looks better, talks better. Wow. Aged like Mark Maron, bro.
Really came into his own. Yeah. That was not the only kids movie that you saw. I heard that you caught Sketch as well.
Yes, I did.
The latest from Angel Studios.
Angel Studios covered the bill.
I keep forgetting that
This is one worth mentioning, that this is a movie that they picked up. They didn't produce it. I caught it at TIFF last year before it had anything to do with Angel Studios.
Yeah.
And apparently Angel Studios also put some weird ad for their AI app
thing at the
in
end.
the credits.
Oh.
In the credits, if you know the movie, the girl vents through sketches.
Yeah.
People consider it, that's a little too much. Other people consider it, you're at least expressing your emotions, put it there. But what happens when this family who lost their mother are living next to a magical lake, and if she drops something in there, it comes to life, and the kid's like, well, we still have our mom's ashes. It's an interesting premise. It's crazy. It's goofy. This is definitely more of a kid's movie. But I think it's asking these really big questions, especially because they're related, right? They didn't really say if she's the sister, but the realtor,
She's the
played by,
sister, yeah.
Darcy
Carden, yeah.
Yeah, she's like kind of looking over them, kind of being like, you boys have never really expressed yourselves. Well, she is. What really is a way to deal with grief. I think it's a beautiful movie for kids. I can see why it was picked up by Angel Studios.
I can also see why they wouldn't touch that, though.
I'm surprised with it, too, because they have this lie about Angel Studios has 1 million members that sift through their movies. I was like, I don't know, this kind of says some stuff that you wouldn't think would get picked up.
Yeah.
But hey, I think Zach, like I consider that a good thing. This is a good movie that should be seen. Their AI thing at the end is weird. They want you to draw your own.
Okay.
You take a picture of it, and it makes it come to life. So, I don't know. I guess that's how they're paying for the movie, because, yeah. But no, I thought it was cute. I thought it was very cute. I thought Tony Hale, who's usually a comedian, played a really good, slump of a father who doesn't know how to move on.
Yeah.
The kids, are a little rough sometimes. I'm not going to lie. They do act like kids.
It's a little Disney Channel movie style acting, but
the story is that good that I think it makes up for some of their acting.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Cool. No, yeah, I think it's a really heartfelt story and something that I feel like kids would connect to. And, one of the complaints that I have about one of your favorite movies, John Krasinski's If, is that the characters just didn't feel imaginative in a way where it's like they came from a child's mind. This is the answer to my complaint about If. Yeah.
There you go.
So I thought there was a lot to like about it.
Perfect double feature.
Let's talk about Freakier Friday, the sequel, long in the works, with Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis.
I saw this with my mom, which was really nice, because I saw the first one with my mom. You know? That was
That's cute.
Cusp of me being in high school when the first one came out.
So I care less about what you thought. What did Mom the Jedi think?
Mom really liked it. She thought it was really good. She thought it was really good. She had a really good time with it. She thought the kid actor was really good. Specifically her kid, Harper.
Julia Butters from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Is that her?
Yeah, I can't believe her.
Damn, good for Julia Butters.
The little kid,
right?
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, yes, her. Only complaint was that because Jamie Lee Curtis flipped with a British person, the accents should have flipped to the other person too. So Jamie Lee Curtis should have been really struggling. Every once in a while you'd get it from Jamie where she's struggling with the British, but not as much. The kid never tried doing an American accent.
Yeah.
But still good. I thought it was cute. It does absolutely reek of it should have it's a Disney Plus movie. It looks like a Disney Plus movie. But it was fun, and I'm glad if people are getting a chance to see it in theaters. I think it's like really nice. Like I like the end dedication was like to mothers, daughters, and that one father basically. So like it's cute. Like they know who they're making it for, and I think it delivers on that. A lot of it is a retread, but it works. It works. It's cute. We'll allow it. How about you guys?
This is more Disney Plus than I wanted it to be.
Yeah, I agree.
There's a
the
lot
first
of
one's
like.
so good. The first one is so
I am a fan
genuinely
of the
good.
first one.
I
Yeah,
love the
we're
first
big
one. I
fans of
still
it.
love
Like,
it.
And they know it's good because, like Amanda's saying, they will literally do a whole song from the first one. They will literally repeat things.
You
And a lot of the
have
setup
to.
for the jokes, are very much like, and boom, we did that in the first. It's like only build up is for the audience, not the actual characters in the movie.
Yeah.
Look, there's some parts where I was just like, this is getting really bad. I love Chad Michael Murray. But I thought everything the girls did to like get him in the movie, Zach, it is the reason why you didn't go see the movie. It's rough a little bit. I'll take self-deprecating humor. But, they do Jamie Lee Curtis bad in this, just over and over and over.
Yeah.
I look like a skull. I look like this. I'm pooping. I'm pooping. I'm pooping.
Yeah.
It was a little rough for me. I agree with you with the accent as well. I know Jamie is producer, and she had pretty much said it would have never worked out. They made a story decision because then she would be speaking British to her, whatever. Then I
just have her like slip in and out a couple times.
It makes no sense. They went lazy with it. I did not buy the
just
excuse
have
either.
the slip in and out a bit. I genuinely just think it's more because the kid couldn't pull off any kind of English American accent. Maybe
the girl's American.
Oh fuck, is she?
So she was
Then
putting
no
on
excuse.
an accent.
Then there's no excuse.
There is no excuse. Exactly. And that's where I was like, so then why
Just
would
bad
you not
writing.
make them British?
Terrible.
I will say this. Manny Jacinto? Wait.
Yeah?
Josh hated Manny. Look, I can't hate Manny. I'm not saying he was good, but I can't hate Manny. Yo,
Hey, Manny.
you kind of get it. You kind of get it in the movie too. I was like, yeah, go to the UK. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, there's some iffy things about
But they
it.
mess with them, yeah.
I also don't really like how they kept it that like Chad's character, Jake, has been like holding a flame for Jamie Lee Curtis because it's supposed to be resolved by the end that like he realizes like, oh, I guess the reason why I thought your mom was so cool because you're actually so cool.
Yeah.
It's weird that it sticks that.
To the point all the way to the ending shot that he has.
Literally the girl he ends up with is just a carbon copy of what Jamie Lee Curtis looked like the first time they met in the first movie. It's weird. It's just some weird choices.
Yeah. It's one of those movies where I thought they have a principal character, and she's got some really funny scenes.
Yeah.
But the way it's edited almost feels like she's not even in the room with them, and I'm like, this is where the comedy needs to be a little bit tighter. But I thought she had some potential there. Honestly, I think the guy who came back the cleanest, because he's the most annoying, is Steven Tobolowsky.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's the annoying guy from Groundhog Day, right?
There you go. Mr.
That's what he
it was him for
specializes in.
Yeah.
And our girl could have been a little bit better. Vanessa Bayer, who we're always talking about from her show on Showtime.
I love that for you. Yeah.
She's hysterical. She had some funny bits. There's a Starbucks joke with her. Very funny. There's some other bits where it's like, they just didn't. It felt like she's watching the movie going, guys, this was the part where I was just ad-libbing. This was supposed to go. And they kept it back. And they kept it.
Yeah.
It feels apt for Disney Plus, but hey, it's in theaters, so hopefully people enjoyed it.
I had a great time seeing it with my mom. It was cute.
Yeah.
It doesn't hold a candle to the original, but I also don't think it's bad enough that it does anything to the legacy of the original. So
that's good.
Because you can just kind of like ignore it. You can just pretend it's not. And I like the ultimate message. Like I knew what the twist was going to be with the song. I was like, the song is obviously going to be, but it was sweet. It was still sweet. It was still really nice. So I enjoyed that they did that. Because it does put the focus back on the idea that this is supposed to be like a mother-daughter dynamic, and that's kind of like what it's supposed to be. So it does find a way to at least like bring that back in authentically. My biggest gripe is that there's no shot that surfboarding kid wouldn't also play guitar.
Yeah.
I was like, really? Your tomboy surfboarding cool kid does not play guitar.
Yeah.
Fuck
At least a
off.
couple chords. Come on, let's be realistic.
That's what I mean. It was weird.
She'll learn it for Freakiest Friday, coming out very soon.
God.
Speaking of comedy reboots, remakes, we got a new Naked Gun movie. This one stars the actor whose name is probably the closest to Leslie Nielsen, Liam Neeson, and is directed by Akiva Schaffer. 1/3 of The Lonely Island. Art, what did you think about the latest Naked Gun?
I think I like it the more and more I think about it. I thought it was a fantastic time in the theater. And while I don't think it's as funny as the first one, because it's just, like, you can't replicate the first one.
Yeah,
I like that they went from this whole concept of Liam Neeson is acting like he's in a Liam Neeson movie. And every line is just stupid. Because people forget that Leslie Nielsen also did the same thing. Like, to me,
he was
always been comedy.
Dramatic actor,
He was into all that drama. And that's what made The Naked Gun so funny. I think Liam Neeson could be hysterical. I think that him going off of Pamela Anderson is really funny. And I thought a lot of the jokes worked for me. Underrated as well. What's his name? His partner.
Paul Walter Hauser. Yeah, very funny.
We're going to take down City Hall. Can't take down City Hall. It's a building.
It's a building. I wrote that joke in my notebook. I laughed so hard at it. Yeah, that was a great one.
Oh, and the coffee bit. Josh is letting me know about the coffee. You know me and my coffee,
every time they got rid of Amanda, basically they're constantly being handed new coffees and just throwing away their old ones. It never gets old. They keep
like an hour
hitting the joke,
and this man's like on a plane, and someone will still give him a coffee. It's just. I love that it retained the dumbness of it. Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Lots of great runners, lots of funny bits. It's just like that joke a minute thing that so few comedies do anymore. It's such a welcomed return to it.
Like a Bottoms type thing where it's like literally every second is being used as much as possible.
A little bit. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I always call it like the 30 Rock pace, because 30 Rock to me is like one of the most joke dense shows that I've seen. But that dates back to all the Zaz stuff like Naked Gun and Airplane. It's that Bottoms-esque like pace to the jokes, the joke density that we don't get enough of. And, I think because Naked Gun is such a classic, so funny, such a great idea, too. And this felt like a perfect, assembly where you get like some guy, the guy from The Lonely Island, Dan Greger, who is also a very funny writer on here, Liam Neeson, who's so good. I think maybe my expectations were like so sky high that it was a little less funny than I wanted it to be. But
that's fair.
It's also like, I think a lot of times comedies, they get better the more you watch them. And there's like little jokes that you think are mildly funny, and then you hear them 2 or 3 times. It's like, but actually that joke is hysterical. So like I might be at a 3.5 now, and then I'll rewatch it and easily go to a 4. It is probably the funniest movie I've seen this year. I laughed out loud many, many times, especially that whole snowman sequence that I don't want to ruin for Amanda.
Ridiculous, bro.
Amazing.
There's another one with a recording. I'm also on a 3.5. I think it's really funny. It is missing, to just contextualize it. We were just talking about classics like The Wedding Crashers and stuff like that. I don't think it's there yet. To me, it's still like a half to start away from there. But I was surprised with like Liza Koshy's in the movie, and she is solid. She is like
she's always good when she's directed well,
dude. Yeah, she did it, dude. Like she is in here and she holds up to them. Her bit, if someone's I think it's Josh asking about what our favorite gags are. There's a bit with her in a room.
The Mission Impossible Fallout thing.
Zach got it. That scene is so funny. And then Zach was actually telling me that he had heard good things about Danny Houston, and he has my favorite bit when they fight. It is unbelievable.
Yes.
Zach,
here, I'll take my earplug. You can say it.
I won't even say it.
Just give me a thumbs up when I can come back.
The bit of it being close.
Ow! You punched me in the stomach.
Do you still want to fight? No. You're good. It is literally one of those jokes that got really close to being everyone in this room is now dumber for having heard that.
Beautiful.
I know he had it in him, dude.
Yeah, it's really hilarious.
Because he's usually menacing. That's what he's here for. But that joke was so funny.
Yeah, no, they totally understood the assignment. Pamela Anderson, also very funny. Her whole performance at the jazz club I thought was really great, which I believe, if you look at the credits, Jorma Taccone wrote it, which makes a lot of sense. Another one of the Lonely Island guys.
She auditioned with that because she used to scat. And they're like,
really?
You scat?
Oh
That's
my God.
so funny.
And I was like, this is the dumbest behind-the-scenes thing I've ever learned.
I do think the joke that made me laugh the hardest was...
Which one?
You didn't remember his Miranda rights? No, Carrie writes, Miranda's a lawyer, Charlotte works at an art gallery, and Samantha's a whore.
Okay, that's good.
Like, they will just stop the scene, and someone will take over it.
Fuck, that's funny.
And how can you not enjoy a comedy with jokes like that? So, Naked Gun, great stuff. Nobody 2, is this more of a comedy or is this an action movie?
It's a mix, dude. I really don't know how to put this. Nobody 1 is a really good, decent surprise action movie.
Solid.
Bro, Josh just said man's laughter. Stop, bro. We're trying to move on. Have you seen that bit? That bit's out, Amanda.
It also, nobody at my theater laughed when he says, like, you have a pretty impressive rap sheet to Busta Rhymes.
Busta Rhymes gets arrested. The clip is out there, and he goes, so you went to jail for man's laughter. That must have been some joke. And he goes, it's manslaughter. Nobody 2 is completely different from the first one in the sense that the first was really about a guy who was wondering, I have the ability to do violence. Should I continue doing it and teach my kids the wrong thing? Right? And Bob Odenkirk had someone break into his house, and he was feeling all of that anxiety from it. I love that he was able to make a movie that was a standout, 4711 or 117. So the 7-Eleven guys, whatever their name are, they were able to do it. Did a great job. Nobody 2 is treading on it. It's trying to redo its bits. It's not bad. It is the perfect, like when it's on streaming, you put it on. I wouldn't go out to the theaters to go see it, but he keeps the action in there, and they really try to make it a family-involved thing. So as I just said, the first one was about not getting your family to follow violence, and this one's like sometimes you do got to knock a guy in the face with your family. So it's going to expand to be like Nobody's 3. It honestly feels like they're the Nobodies. It's not a nobody anymore. It's the Nobodies. So
because I've heard it has some like similarities with like National Lampoon's Family Vacation or something.
Dude, you literally, but they fight. It's that, but they fight.
Yeah, interesting.
RZA continues to be the standout.
He was my favorite part of the first, too. Yeah.
He's a standout in this one, too.
Nice. We also saw the release of Tony Tost's film Americana, starring Sydney Sweeney and Paul Walter Hauser, who we liked so much in Naked Gun.
And Halsey.
Halsey. Yeah. This is sort of like a classic bag of money movie where somebody gets a bag of money and it changes hands several times over the course of the film, and stories intertwine and people are double-crossed, and it's a pretty compelling, like, twisty crime drama that's fun. Like, there's definitely a lot of Coen's inspiration here, especially with its Western setting. Not like a remarkable film, but a pretty enjoyable one that we've shouted out in the past. It played at South by Southwest 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
It's been a minute, yeah.
Yeah, you guys both felt similarly that it's like a solid enough time?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was decent. I thought Halsey was actually quite good in it. I know that was one of the big questions is whether or not she could actually act, and I thought she held her own really well.
Then there's 2 more movies that are about to come out, or I think they're in theaters this weekend, actually, that I had a chance to see ahead of y'all. Splitsville is the one that I'm really excited to discuss with you guys because it is the new comedy directed by Michelangelo Covino and co-written with Kyle Marvin, the same guys who co-wrote the film The Climb 6 years ago, are back for their follow-up here, a unromantic comedy of sorts, a non-monogamy comedy, an ethical non-monogamy comedy. I think we've seen a bunch of movies try to take on the whole idea of non-monogamy or polyamory or, open relationships, and is there a way that you can actually navigate them and as a modern and emotionally intelligent person, or will we always let our human nature and our petty jealousies get in the way? Here beside Michelangelo Covino and Kyle Marvin, the movie also co-stars Dakota Johnson and Adria Arjona, 2 really fun actresses who are really game to play kind of in a fun, sexy world. And I think this movie is quite delightful. In fact, I would go as far as to say this is not only one of my favorite movies of the year, this is one of my favorite relationship movies in quite some time. I think it is a really smartly written depiction of the kind of neuroses that affect relationships, the sort of games that get played between partners where you're trying to get something out of the other, but you don't want to explicitly say it. The sort of circular nature of this movie where things will start as one thing, shift to another, and then shift back to the way they started, I thought was like really smartly written. And there's a bunch of like back and forths that feel almost vaudevillian. Like there's some dialogue that's like who's on first adjacent. I thought this was just such a great time. I'm really impressed because I think these guys have taken a big step up from The Climb. And
I love The Climb.
Yeah, The Climb is a great movie.
Love The Climb.
There was all this talk earlier this year about whether or not Materialists was like going to save the romantic comedy, or what is the state of the romantic comedy. And we should have saved all that talk for this Dakota Johnson movie, not that one. I still really like Materialists.
Ooh, that's a good point.
This one's great.
I thought I saw somebody describe open relationships and like ethical non-monogamy as gentrified cheating, and I've never agreed with this statement more in my entire life. So I'm just interested. I feel like it might frustrate me, but I was excited to see it before I kind of started seeing some of the trailers for it. But like being excited for it is kind of getting me back on board. I'm interested to see what it is.
Zach and I have an open marriage, so it's a little bit different. We got different.
Yeah, it's personal.
I'm just not that person. I can't do that. I don't want that. So like, I don't know. We'll see.
Did you catch The Climb?
Every time I think The Climb, it's The Climb. It just plays in my fucking head. So I actually don't know anymore.
Yeah, I think we talked about this before. It's like these two friends are like biking together. I think you didn't catch it.
Yes, I have seen The Climb. Yes, I have. Okay.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because you mentioned I did end up, the biking one. Yeah, okay.
There are similar elements of like infidelity and relationships and friendships and stuff in The Climb. So if you dug the tone of that movie, I think this one sort of doubles down on it and is funnier.
More fun, yeah.
I gave it a 4. I gave The Climb a 4.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
I think you might enjoy this one.
Okay.
I would recommend both their movies, especially Splitsville. The other movie that is in theaters this weekend is the latest from Ethan Coen, as well as Trisha Cook, his wife, who co-wrote and co-produced this movie with him. Honey, Don't. It is the second in his series of movies starring lesbian Margaret Qualley. And I am a fan of Drive-Away Dolls, even if it is a bit of a slack, silly comedy that doesn't quite hold a candle to some of the best Coen's work. I still found it to be a good time. I similarly had a good time with Honey, Don't. I think it's got a really interesting sort of neo-noir vibe. It's a detective story. It's a mystery. Margaret Qualley, almost in the mode of like a classic Dashiell Hammett story. Just this detective who is going between different people and back and forth, trying to get to the bottom of these missing people and these unexplained instances and coincidences. And she's just got this hard-boiled nature to her where she's pretty unflappable in the face of different personalities. You have Charlie Day coming in and hitting on her, Chris Evans as this sex-obsessed preacher. And then you have
Super
Aubrey
Yucky made some shirts that seem very fun. For
Honey Don't?
For Honey Don't. They did one for Drive-Away Dolls too, but there's one for the preacher role, and I'm like, damn, that looks funny. I got to see this.
Yeah. You also have Aubrey Plaza as a beat cop that helps her along in the story. And it's just like I think for most of it, it is a pretty compelling set of characters and a fun tone. And I was intrigued by the mystery while finding some of it pretty humorous. And then at some point in the second act, it just kind of loses the plot and it sort of peters out towards the end, which is a bit of a shame. Like it's not a movie that ends with an exclamation point. It kind of ends with an ellipsis, if that makes any sense.
And that's kind of how Drive-Away Dolls felt a little bit too.
A little bit. So this is even less, in my opinion.
But is it like intentional? Is it all building towards some like grand? I'm sure it's not, but
not really. It just kind of feels like they didn't have a strong ending. Are you on the same page as me?
So I saw the first one right before going to go see this one, and I realized like they're not related. They're just supposed to be spiritual movies. And
it's not the same character?
Bro,
not the same character.
Exactly.
I thought it was. I thought she was just kind of continuing on.
Exactly. I'm so confused. Completely different name. She goes from Jamie to Honey.
And why is he the one making them? Can I just ask a question? Why, you know what? I love the Coens. Why is he he's literally everything on paper. I'm like, this is everything I could ever want, and you're kind of fumbling a little bit. Why are you doing this?
I think Trisha Cook is a lot more responsible for these movies than
she
we're
is
maybe giving her credit
Which
for.
is
100%.
Yeah, okay, that's great.
So
Okay, cool.
So I read there was like a probably a Letterboxd review that had said they were calling the other brother saying, "Hey, come get your brother and your in-law." they're writing up fantasies of what they've searched up online,
Like
and
a little bit. It's not bad, the story they're trying to build here of like the church and other people who are involved with the conspiracies that are happening. But there are moments where it's like, Zach, when does this take place?
In 1980, 2010.
There is a MAGA joke for no reason, and I was like, for sure. But like, we're not in the era, bro. Like, what are we doing here? And that's where like I'm seeing what these two are writing. Bro, there's... you have to watch the movie. There is a line I want to have with you specifically as a lesbian. No, bro, there is a mantra that they say. I literally have to drive like an hour to see it, and I'm probably going to. Drive
but,
away.
Wait. I have to drive away.
No, just wait for it. Honestly, just wait for it. But like, I really want to hear your opinion on this one line.
We'll see. I might make a day trip with my other lesbian friend to go see it. You know, like because it didn't come here for some unknown fucking reason. We had to get Neza too. You know.
That's the push by A24. Like, I don't think it's abysmal, but it made me like the first one a lot more, and the chemistry that they had going on. I think no one is close to Beanie. Beanie's very funny in the first one, in my opinion. I don't think you have characters like Curly.
No. This one is less of a comedy and more of a detective noir. It's funny, but like the tone is different. And Margaret Qualley too, like her character in Drive Away Dolls is more motor mouth. Yeah. She's fun. Yeah, she's trying to like get Geraldine Viswanathan out of her shell. And then in this one, she's a lot more reserved, which like she still has good moments, but yeah, it's just.
But are there good moments between them? Is that like?
Watch it.
Okay. God damn it.
Our moments.
Okay. Okay. I'm so mad we didn't get it. It's the only one we did, and every other theater in this entire province got it.
If anything, I want to say it's something like another trilogy that everyone wants to do where they have an idea for the third one, and this was just kind of the filler that they had to make.
The bridge, okay.
Just tone or something that they wanted to capture because, I don't know, maybe Go Beavers is a little bit better, but I do prefer Drive Away.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's shot better, edited better. Even the transitions.
Drive Away just has more flair. Like it has more style.
So interesting.
And there's no reason for this one to be missing it.
Yeah. I mean, I did think it was pretty cool for like the first half, but it just doesn't have an ending, you know. And
it's also
a movie like
really
this, which is so built around mystery, it doesn't. It needs to have a stronger end.
I hate it when certain people expose themselves as being the less dominant in a duo. Because I'm like, what you're making should be speaking to me the most, but you're fumbling a little bit, and I don't appreciate that.
He's the funny. He was always the funny.
He's the funny.
You put them together, like Zach and I have said, and
they
you
work
do
together.
have something.
They work together really well.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's why I think Nolan's better with Jonathan.
Listen, at the very least, there'll be some scenes between Margaret Qualley and Aubrey Plaza that will have you not regretting your decision to see it. Anyway.
That's all I'm really looking for at the end of the day.